Shane Hurricane Helms, who will be at Coral Springs Charter School Saturday, September 9th for CCW Coastal Championship Wrestling. They always put on a good show down here. We're looking forward to that. Hurricane, is there anything on your bucket list?
This is pretty cool, man. The only thing I would ever want to do in my life, I kind of haven't done, is go see the pyramids in Egypt. I've been all over the world. That's the one place I haven't been. My fiance, soon-to-be wife, when we first met, that was the first conversation we had. She asked me where have I been that where would I want to go that I haven't been? And I told her, and she literally just had came from there. So it got off to a rocky start because I hated her almost right away because of that. The bucket list is to see pyramids. They're a true testament to what man can do, and I've always been involved with them. So other than that, I've had a blessed life. I've met a lot of great people, been to a lot of great places, and I'm looking forward to returning to Florida.
Working on WWE TV, you got to work with The Rock. What was that experience like, and did the Hurricane help elevate The Rock's career?
Yeah, that kid, he was struggling at the time. I thought I'd give him the rub and help him become the... I can't even stick with that line. DJ is a great guy, man. He's a fantastic human being. And working with him was truly a blessing, and it was one of those things. But I couldn't have done it without a good team behind me. So
there was an incident that happened, and I wanted to talk to you about this before I let you go. Sexy Star and Rosemary in Mexico City. This is a little more serious, obviously, for AAA, and I guess according to all the reports and what everything is talking about, Rosemary made her comments that Sexy Star took some liberties at the end of their match and hurt Rosemary, and it wasn't part of what was supposed to happen. What is your take about that? And have you ever been involved in anything like that? Has anyone ever tried to take any liberties on you in a match? And what can you do when something like that happens?
In the early years of my career, there wasn't really a cruiserweight division. It was just, I had to get in there with a lot of big guys all the time. And because there wasn't a cruiserweight division, that the bigger guys really had this idea that smaller guys didn't belong in there. And so they would try to, try to really hurt me and try to shoot, punch me and stuff like that. But I just, I always had a fighting spirit in me, and when bullies would try to mess with me, luckily I always fought back, and I realized, that's easier said than done, but I just always fought back, and that's how I dealt with that situation. And eventually they would just realize it was, I was a much bigger pain in the ass if they tried to, shoot on me, so they just kind of started working with me. And that was a different time, that was, in the early 90s. So it was a much different industry back then. As far as what happened with Sexy Star, it wasn't like it wasn't like a shoot scenario where they were like going toe to toe with each other. Rosemary trusted her to do something, and Sexy Star kind of broke that bond of trust and went out there and tried to hurt her. So that situation definitely needs to be addressed, and that's just like somebody that's being dishonest and being a cruel person for no reason other than a selfish gain. So definitely she needs to something needs to be done about that. But I'm not sure what the answer is, other than that's not somebody I would ever book or use my promoter ever is a Sexy Star chick at all.
I mean, that's the thing. It's right there. That right there, you make that decision. That's a career killer. I mean, I don't know what's going through your mind at the time when you're doing something like that. Have you ever worked for AAA?
No, I never have. Anytime I've worked in Mexico, it was with WWE. And I don't know if I don't think it's something you blame on the company. It's something that one person did, and it might not necessarily be representative of the company. And maybe it's something like, if it's something like she apologizes for it, but it sounds to me like, if I've read it correctly, she put out a statement, and it made her kind of seem, pretty bad as it is. So it could be a career killer. Yes, you're right. So, we'll see.